Mason Diaz is one of the young up-and-coming stars of late model stock car racing. He's run some supers, some pros, and now late model stock events. And Mason, this is probably the biggest event of them all for late model stock car drivers. And you have qualified yourself into a solid spot for today's heat race. How do you approach that 25-lap dash to lock yourself into the show?
Well, last year, my first time here, I qualified 27th. This year, we improved, not too much, but qualified 25th. So we've started further up in the qualifying race, so I'm looking forward to that. And just got to use my head out there and not tail the nose off of it in the beginning, final laps of it, and just make it to the race, unlike last year.
What did you learn last year, for that matter, through the qualifying races and the entire process that's been able to make you have an easier weekend this year?
Well, it's not really about learning stuff. It's just getting it done once. It's just knowing what's going to happen, the anxiety, the nervousness. It's just all of it. You already know what's going into the race, what you're going to have. And this year, all I just need to do is the same thing as last year, just hopefully not get caught up in some crashes like last year. And last year in the last chance race, he went from 23rd to 5th. Just got some bad luck with a tire blown, right front tire blown. But hopefully this year we don't have to go to last chance race and just make it right from the first race, heat race.
You talk about the anxiety, the butterflies, and anybody is probably lying if they say they don't have them when they come to Martinsville. But can you describe what those butterflies are like, what that anxiety is like, the week of the race, the day of the race, and everything, especially your first time and now your second time here?
Well, not even for this race, but any race. Like last year, the Snowball Derby, that was even worse, or Snowflake, qualifying for that, because it's just, you have to make it into the race. If you don't, you're going home for the weekend. You don't want to go home.
So, pretty nervous time, and of course these big races will help you with that. What's your goal for the day today?
Well, my goal from the beginning of the year was just to make this race. Last year I didn't make it, and this year all I want to do is make the race. If I make the race, I want to run all laps. And keep the car one piece, but if not, I want to be in top 10 and go for it, either wreckers or checkers.
Well, Mason Diaz has got his priorities straight. He knows he has to make the race first, but if he can make the race and make all the laps, don't be surprised if he has a shot at a solid run at the end of the night.